everybody. Sorry I'm late. I'm working on some model shit, trying to get some stuff fixed that I needed to. How are you all doing? Hi Pedro. Hi Jamie, thank you. I did hydrate. Just set up a couple things. There we go. The last check is burning alive, so it was best for him not to get into VR, so it's just Magnolia type, but I realized I needed to fix some things for Magnolia. I don't know what's going on at the moment, we shall see. Fix my head. I have to get back into this character. Yeah, no burning alive. It is very hot in here too, so I don't know how long I'll go, but I'll stay as long as I can. I don't know why the arms feel a lot longer than they should be at the moment. Hands don't feel in the right spot. Oh, this is just disappointing. It's later, isn't it? An empty and in an empty tavern.
What the fuck? Can you all? Yes. Are you?
Yes. Oh, interesting things going on out here.
Is that, in your medical professional opinion, is that okay? Did you get a check on that?
Hello again, miss.
Might want to go check on that.
Hello there. Interesting things going on.
They're right. I'm sure if did she say she's being stabbed, it's probably Eka.
I think she's fine. She's fine.
She's fine.
Is it just a casual stabbing then? Is that what normally happens?
She's great.
No, it's not. But honestly speaking, that's just Athena. That's just how it is at times.
Being dramatic.
Ah, yes, understandable stabbings then. Good to know.
No fair. No.
Yep. No, yep.
She does that, doesn't she? I think the first time I met her before even got on the ship, I was going to say hi, and
she was very anxious when she got to Milsante. She hadn't met many people, so she would do that a lot.
Understandable.
Go see what's going on. I'm gonna.
Oh my god, are we actually doing this?
Good luck. Oh, no wonder no one is in the tavern. It's still too bright out.
Yeah, no, she's fine.
Haven't done as much work as I thought I was. Quiet day.
No.
Afternoon.
Believe we've met.
No, I do not believe so.
Johan Demir.
Johan. Magnolia the Magpie. New entertainer here.
Magpie. Oh, interesting. I'm a local alchemist.
Oh, important. Well, hopefully you have enough time with all of your alchemy to come and see a show. Once in a while.
sounds delightful.
Hmm.
When do you perform?
Good question. Everything is very quiet. I've been practicing for tonight, given that. Well, I still need to find the secretary and see that all the paperwork is put in. But I'm told that it would be.
He was
All right.
down near the Chickogriffs a moment ago.
Oh, wonderful. That makes it so much easier. Thank you. Well, then, hopefully later.
You're welcome.
We'll see.
Of course. Take care.
Mm-hmm.
If there is to be an incident, at least there will be someone capable at hand to.
Afternoon, evening, whatever time it is, I don't know anymore.
And should there not be incident, then you won't find yourself.
Oh, there he is.
However many rooms can fit on that, and that seems to be a single thought because it is in enchanting terms as a single tentacle. Come on,
Busy over here.
Choice when it comes to who you fall in love with.
Alright, we're done.
Exactly.
You have to put some bandages on?
Plus, you live somewhere for 100, 160 years. Most people only live in one place for 50. At most.
Right, now we gotta bandage you up.
There's some party going on over here I was uninvited to.
What happens when you get hurt?
I'd be most unfortunate.
Just the Chickogriffs learned how to jump on top of each other to escape.
I know you did it for the right
Really?
reason.
Rampant.
You gotta be careful.
I mean, rampant's not
Exciting.
a good word. It's a good word.
Rampant Chico grip.
Seems he's got an
Crazy.
opportunity to teach Sprouts.
Alright.
For being good,
Either bathing or currently.
Leave
Headless chickens.
You can have a dried sweet fruit.
Oh, exciting day then.
That's one way to put it.
Okay, well, you can just.
Hmm.
She must got your hand with that one.
I did wish to ask. Was the paperwork able to go through?
She dove after one of them.
I've been practicing.
Oh, yes.
There we go. She's already
It should be more than fine to start a nice concerto, should you wish.
Wonderful.
Probably met you.
Well then, that stage is mine tonight.
Inspire Jasper to join in.
Oh, hopefully he'll introduce me. He's quite good at that, I found.
But trust me.
I am quite
Well,
good
from what
at
he's told me,
performing.
it's quite the competition. He's a very capable magic that assists in his music. So I'm interested to see how you fare against that.
He's not the only one. I have some confidence.
Or maybe he's finally found his match. He's told me that he ran every other bard out of town because of how capable he is.
When was that?
Well, he said every time
Sorry, I
before the
got
Kalypsia.
distracted for a little bit.
Well,
Since
before
he
that.
get ran off the ship.
I'm guessing by
That would be a shame.
the amount of people.
If we're supposed to be running each other off, then he should be prepared to jump.
Oh, disinfectant and
Stay on
Oh,
until you're
prominent.
Well,
I
take
see.
off when you're back.
I'm excited to see you two battle
especially
so
for
Leave on is good.
Honestly, I prefer a good collaboration. But
most beastkin when they first come to.
competition is also good. I can't be the best if I can't say
I believe she's
beat another
maybe
bard on
like
ship.
this for less
Though
than
again, I'm not actually a
Well, I
bard.
suppose it'd be
I said the
something
harder
of a
one.
and no
friendly
one actually
spar in
taught
a way
her
you
how
could think
to
of
do
it. I remember in the streets I saw they bring these two musicians all the time who would battle with the song, but it was more so a performance, less of a real battle.
Yes.
You know, a kind of back and forth.
Indeed, those are the best.
Someone is. One
It
person.
has been a while.
I mean, she hangs out on the farm a lot. so-
Who knows, maybe he'll do a shoot tonight
It's all
too.
good, so feel free to jump on the stage and begin whenever you wish.
Exciting. Well, it's always best to wait till the sun goes
Sure, when things
down.
start- Of course, most people usually retreat to the bar when the sun
Regardless.
goes down.
Yes, it's incredibly quiet in
Dies
there.
down. Well, during the midday, most don't go in.
I'm guessing you also.
Yes, they're
In the
probably
morning,
dealing
people
with
go in, get their
simply just
beginning
Oh, no,
drinks,
no.
and then come out here and
I'm
they'll begin their
a
day.
researcher.
dealing with
Can't
chica
decide
grips.
the bar
Jobs
all
at
the
this
time.
point.
I take up.
Well, seemingly so is today's plans.
I do research in the cycle of life, death,
Well then, keep the
many of
energy
the
up
aspects of
tonight,
the soul,
maybe.
really.
Hmm.
Questions like Is there an afterlife?
Well, it's been a lively day. I'm certain
What
people
is
love
the
to end their
meaning
day
of
with a bit of a
life?
concert.
Why is death such an important factor in life?
No, not
Is there
me.
reincarnation?
I think I have an
You know,
idea.
things like that.
And how many of those questions do you have answers to?
None. That's why it's a beautiful thing.
No, it was a.
At some point, someone's going to get to a straight answer because there are plenty of notes. Trust me, I've read all of them.
Except the whole afterlife part. You kind of have to, you know, get there to figure that out.
Not quite, actually. I mean, there's near death, where the soul temporarily leaves the body. The question is, where does that go? But that's a whole other thing. Not to mention, there are multiple different ideas of reincarnation and or afterlives. Or does the soul simply contain a life force that when you inevitably die, it completely runs out? But then there's such things as accidents where what happens to souls then? And it's just a whole... It's a very long debate.
I'm honestly curious what you think.
Personally, I believe souls to be more of a life force energy, so that when things like accidents happen, the body tries to rapidly use that life force and inevitably wanes it to nothing. Or, as we get older, it just slowly decreases. That's why most elderly people are weaker, because they have a lack of life force. But there are examples of high-level soul mages being able to live relatively longer than the average person. And I assume that's due to the mana and the soul being used at the same time, strengthening it like a muscle.
Interesting. I have a similar idea.
Because, seems you've been
I am a
around
soul
for
mage,
quite a
yes.
while.
Well, I am a twilight elf. No, dusk elf. Wrong one. Spend so much time in the Ashlands, you just get used to saying twilight elf.
She's awake.
Play
by the way.
myself off as one of them.
Hmm?
Anyways, I'm a dusk elf.
She's awake.
I live till 750. Athena's awake, yes.
I see. I wasn't trying to.
Was this
cut
the
you
one with the
off to
accidental
talk to him, that's
stabbing?
why. But what?
No, that was Jasper. Jasper's fine too.
Oh! Yeah, I heard a bit about... I thought that was not accidental. He told me he just got
No,
involved.
Jasper's was not.
Yes.
Wait, did you go see her already?
We were kind of outside because she was talking with Eka. It sounded like she was screaming for help, but really I don't think she needed help because it was just with Eka. And then Leto and I peeked in to see how it's going, and we were called Peeping Toms.
She's
That sounds
fine,
about
come on.
right.
Oh,
She's fine. Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
I'm curious what
None of this
happened.
is
Plenty of
like
accidents
confidential.
recently.
It's just idle
Yes, but
talk,
I get this
really.
book and I don't feel like holding on to this entire time. I will continue talking to these two once we get back.
Oh, okay. I'll bring him back later then.
I'm not a child. You have to,
Curfew.
guide me back.
I know.
Interesting ideas on this ship.
It's still so weird to me. Every other Seaborn I've met just flies everywhere because they're so used to it. So many of them just walk here.
Well, technically, they're already
I
flying.
mean, if I had
We're
wings,
all
I'd fly
flying.
whenever I want. Well,
Hello.
you know, where are you? There you are. Yes, I'm quite flexible. It's the soul magic. It's my elven agility showing, I'm sorry.
You feel the wind. It's quite nice.
She can fly. Look.
Ah, technically we're all flying. I just double fly. Like the Sibon.
Sprout. Touch but no take. Touch and gentle.
No bite
touch and
either.
take. No bite
Yes,
either.
I do like my flowers.
Like this. Pardon me. Like this.
Mhm.
You can touch, but no take.
Ah.
Right.
Bite. Ah.
No bite. Are you hungry? We'll go get you more food if you're hungry. Trying to think what she can bite on. Otar, do you have any
No, that's
calf
a
bones?
whole study.
Not like
Calf
person
bones.
but like animal calf bones.
I have some boar bones.
Like a leg bone?
Tusks. Skulls.
You just gather
I
that.
do kind of need them, preferably without bite marks in them, but...
Agreed. I'll find her something.
Is your room just filled with bones?
Plus, they're all like older and harder. Well, actually, a lot of the energy of soul magic actually starts in bones, surprisingly enough.
I suppose that makes sense.
Well,
The great tree understands a few things.
For specific organic materials. Things such as spirits or shades and such have such a unique biochemistry that I believe their souls are directly part of their form. I haven't had the chance to study any of them yet, and shades usually just poof when they die, so... Plus, they're rare to find.
Unfortunately, I'm not looking into dying anytime soon. If that's going to happen, it's going to happen very catastrophically and very interesting.
Actually, question, and this may seem weird, but I guarantee you there's no ill intent here. I'll explain when I'm done asking.
Possible answer then?
Do poisons affect you?
To be fair, I've never actually been poisoned. Where would it go?
That's fair. There's a catman. I don't think he's been around in a while, but he has like a little shawl or cloak on or something. Apparently he was a human at some point.
Oh. That's
Which
an
brings
interesting
into
hex.
multiple possibilities of if his soul was swapped, if his memories were altered as a cat, if it is some sort of hex, what is it doing? So, I've gone through some research of mine and developed, with the help of the alchemists, a ritual of sorts to see into one's soul, to see like different aspects of it, how it interacts with the body. If it is a soul-swapping spell, his soul should still represent the form of the person he was. Versus if it's a mind spell, it would form the shape of the cat. Or if it's some sort of maddening hex of unknown degree, well, his soul could be any shape, really.
Interesting.
Perhaps a mix of the two.
I don't exactly see souls, so I had always wondered whether that's normally the case. Do they look like the person?
Vaguely. It's more of, how can I say this without being too graphic?
Oh no, please be graphic. That makes it exciting.
It's like watching a person in individual parts. Like, you know how, like, sometimes when you have some sort of head trauma or feel, like, hazy and you see double, like, you see, like, the after image of a hand or something as it moves? Or just, like, a body? Instead of that, when the soul moves, the skin is the last thing to move because it is the outermost part which holds the least amount of life force. So usually it's bone, followed by nervous, followed by muscle, followed by skin. Which is why it is very nice when they sit very still and not move.
See. Interesting.
Not to mention, the soul's force actually, to go back on the accident idea, it actually strengthens itself and makes it easier to see when in a near-death state. It doesn't have to expend anything should it not require healing, but in a near-death state, such as paralysis, high levels of immobility, so on and so forth, illness even, the soul is actually strengthened and easier to see.
Because one part is lessened, it's sort of a balance then?
Correct.
Ah.
Which is why I was asking about the poisons, because I've acquired one for this ritual with the Catman, and the alchemists, in all their incredible work ethic, overdid themselves, and I will only have to use a fourth of this potion, meaning I have 3 extra shots.
Oh, you're looking for guinea pigs.
There would be pay, and I've been informed by the alchemists that, while not tested technically, mind you, there is 0 chance of death.
Well, that's a good start. Interesting.
However, too much of the poison could render someone unconscious for a prolonged period of time, upwards of like a week to a year. Again, untested, so
See.
I'm hoping to get the Catman first.
Well, we'll have to see how that goes, but I can't say I'm not interested. Sounds
I also want to try it on a
entertaining,
shade.
say that.
I'm very interested in that aspect. Because of their intangible nature, when they go into some sort of near-death state, do they stay tangible? Could they even be affected by poisons? Oh god, do they just die?
Good question.
Maybe I shouldn't test it on a shade.
Maybe not without a little more information.
Maybe I should talk more to shades first, yes.
That's generally a good
with
start.
spirits.
Helps me. But, I guess my question to you would be, if I went along with this little experiment of yours, would you potentially pay the price that I would want?
Depending on the price, I mean, bargains can be made.
Well, my particular bargain, considering this is a sort of, well, I suppose this would be a different kind of poisoning. I prefer the kind that is a little more fun for myself, but you said you have Tempest magic, yes?
Correct, I'm a soul mage. I dabble a bit in dark for some defense stuff, but...
Well, I happen to be one that, let's say, thrives on different types of mana, and when it comes to Tempest magic, it tends to be quite intoxicating for me. I enjoy the feeling.
Noted. I will say I have plenty mana to spare, so...
Well then.
I'll
that'd be a
figure
good
more
price.
out about the poison first, though.
Good start. Let me know how it turns out.
Of course. Of course, I still need to make the eyepiece. It's a focus, helps it visualize better.
Ah, you need to be a proper kind of voyeur for that.
Well, it has to be made out of a specific material, and then I have to enchant it. The enchanting part's the hardest, honestly.
Yes, important magical items, but still for voyeurism, in the most intimate kind, the soul.
I suppose, in a way.
Just have a little
Not
perspective.
that you're one to talk about that.
Oh,
Your outfit.
Oh, you wound me. You don't like my performance outfit? I think it makes quite a statement.
It also doesn't leave much to the imagination, mind you, but to each their own. I guess I'm actually not much better in that aspect. Robes and all that.
Yes, then again. Elves and whatnot tend to look very similar to me. But maybe it's just because my kind are so different from one another that we're not even our own kind. We're just us.
I've been told by many other dusk elves that I'm rather unique in the fact that I wear desert apparel.
I admit that is very unique. I have yet to meet one. Besides you.
Not many dusk elves in Solasta. Or the Ashlands, mainly Twilight.
Tends to be the case.
The Twilight elves you would know immediately.
It has been a long time.
Dark white hair, blue skin, sometimes purple. Piercing eyes.
Oh, I've seen so many piercing eyes, you have no idea. At least people that claim to have them.
Well, you certainly do, so.
Oh, charmer. I try.
Well,
A good gift from the great tree.
Observationalist, really, but nothing wrong with compliments now and then.
Or all the time. Compliments tend to get you everywhere.
Compliments tend to get me in trouble.
That sounds like a story that I want to hear.
Well, when you live as long as me and you travel through many human villages and you stay for a couple of years at a time, to research and so on and so forth, you end up meeting people pretty frequently.
You do?
And I will note, 3 times married, never divorced.
Oh.
Unfortunately, outlived all of them.
Oh, that's a sad ending. I was hoping for a different type of story.
I still have family out there, I think. How long has it been?
That's probably.
Usually once the children are well off, it's pretty much, I'm going to do my own thing. Just pretend I'm dead for your future children. Here's a bunch of money. Makes it easier for everyone.
Oh, apparently so.
Humans, they don't live very long.
No, they do
Unfortunately,
not.
but-
No, they do not. It's unfortunate, but it means they get excitement about all the little things that we don't.
It's true.
They spin things in interesting ways. And it beats the
In
boredom.
Gideon especially.
Gideon?
He had so much faith in his enchantment that he jumped off the wall earlier.
What sort of enchantment was
And
that?
he's-
Is he still alive? I assume he's still alive.
It was perfectly fine. Not a scratch on him. He's a runesmith himself. He's probably one of the best here. He has a object on him which can nullify a single physical damaging, heavy hit. So that includes falling from great heights, attempted murders even. Like if someone ran up and tried to stab him and run, he wouldn't even be hit.
Interesting.
However, it's one a day.
Yes, his first mistake was telling anyone about that. Or showing
His first
it.
mistake was jumping off the wall and immediately using it in the morning.
That is true. You want to save your death-defying acts for the evenings. That's what I tend to do.
Still, 50 silver. Good bet.
I suppose so.
Someone thought he was lying and bet 50 silver on it, and he jumped on that in a heartbeat.
Now I need to meet him. I don't believe I have.
Oh, he's around. Older man, sword floating behind him. Gold glasses.
That may be
He's
more
got
like
like
it.
a...
You would be
gruff
surprised how
kinda
many
look,
people have big swords just floating behind them.
It's not even big. It's like a rapier. That's the word.
Even
Like
more so.
dueling sword.
Hmm.
No, but I mean floating in like a literal sense. Like it bobs up and down. It's not even touching him. He's enchanted it to follow him to some extent.
Ah.
I believe he said it was an accidental byproduct of another enchantment in which he can snap his fingers and his sword flies to his hand.
Oh, typical air magic, yes.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Oh.
He just walked to the forge.
Well then, I suppose I should introduce myself if there are interesting people that may come to my show later.
Performing soon? I heard you were getting paperwork, but...
Oh yes, apparently the paperwork is in. So I was given the okay.
Wonderful.
Unfortunately, the stage is so dimly lit. But I'll take what I can get for now. Get enough people in there to be able to watch.
Lanterns hanging around, and, well, a couple extra nails in the wall. I'm sure with how dark it is over there, no one will notice.
Well, that's the next step, of course. But first, you can't, well, you have to set the baseline. Work your way up, make everything more grandiose as you go along.
Fair.
Eventually, there'll be curtains.
Never been good at the arts, I will admit, so. The most I got was acupuncture.
Well, I'm told that good poison is in its own an art form.
Fair.
Oh, this is the busy part now.
Oh, the manacles.
Yes.
Oh. Hello again.
Hello again.
Good to see
Good
you.
to see you on the ship.
Ah, yes. I just got my paperwork in for entertaining at the tavern. Well, technically the inn.
That's good.
I'm
glad.
Maybe once the sun goes down. And when people aren't flocking around hot metals.
Apologies. She's a
Going
good
to
friend of
first
mine,
be
so I'm making sure that she's alright.
Inverse, and then
I think I saw her once back at the town.
strength.
Interesting.
And then I'm going to hit it with like a couple powers, knowing that it is very likely one or more of those powers are just going to completely fall off and be useless. And using for the strength, using inverse first as a prefix. So if we can't even get the strength on there, then the inverse is useless, and so we don't have it. So a floating strength doesn't just make it tougher. Oh, man, everybody's watching me. Oh, this is
No pressure.
heavens. Or at least chat or something. Holy shit.
I'm trying to get the rune down from here so I can study it later, but... A joke.
Looks like this popular J again, it seems.
Apparently so.
Helping law.
Oh, back on this again.
We're trying to get the
shackles off.
Yes. Shackles.
Any progress since the last time I'd heard about it? winding up.
We're going to enchant the gauntlets further than they are already enchanted. We're not entirely certain what the enchantment is that is on them now, but we think that we can piggyback off of it. And by, the hope is that we can add additional enchantment that will, in the same way as the current enchantment, in this case, help to reduce the strength of the gauntlet material itself.
Reduce the strength so you can break it off physically?
Removing it with enchantment is not really how enchantment works, so to speak.
But enchanting in reverse.
I mean, I'm sure that we could come up with a way to, for example, we don't know how much space we have, so this is the sort of minimal. In the event that we can only add 1 or 2 runes, this will still be of at least no damage, whereas other attempts would be informative, but ultimately potentially detrimental.
I'm not too keen on how runes exactly operate, but you seem to know what you're doing. And hopefully it results in them finally being able to get those off.
All materials have some amount of potential to...
Apologies.
All materials have some ability to maintain enchantment, though most is not sufficient enough even to retain like a single enchantment. A single rune. You can make from bone or crystal or wood a very basic enchantment, but it does very little in and of itself, and it'll often destroy the device. With more... it happens to be that they are more rare, but that's not strictly speaking the requirement. The more precious the material from a magical sense, the more the substance can handle. A lot of basic weapon enchantments require steel weapons, or sometimes you will use silver or gold, which are higher level materials. You can get infused items, which are things that are infused with magic. Perhaps a staff that was in a particularly common or a particularly significant magical nexus for a time. It metaphysically changes the I'm not sure that anyone cares. It changes the material and makes it better for runes. Okay.
Actually,
sorry,
at least from my uneducated, well, I guess, opinion regarding runes, what would happen if you over-inundated the shackles? Put too much runes on it? Could that possibly break it
If we
off?
were to put 100 runes on there and exert the influence required to imbue them with energy, the energy would be wasted on all but perhaps a handful.
Just wash this off.
Basically, excess runes will just not work.
It's not a physical limit in the same... well, it is...
Okay, don't move. I don't want to spill any of this ink.
It wouldn't work.
Well, I suppose I'm not the one who knows runes. I'll trust your judgment.
It's generally accepted that, for example, mithril, which is kind of what we're working for or with here, it's an alloy. So, for example, mithril, you can often inscribe 3 separate individual workings and up to 10 runes in total. But this is across all 3, not each. Whereas a silver focus would be significantly fewer. Theoretically, the material size, shape, purity, etc. factors into it. Generally speaking, runesmiths have a sort of shorthand for how many things can be put onto one device, but it's obviously... a block of silver as large of a person is perhaps metaphysically distinct from one the size of a ring. But these nuances we generally don't think about.
I suppose that would make sense.
It's about the oneness of the thing. I don't really have a great way to describe it. It's...
Alright.
You're the one who knows the craft and I don't. There's no reason to explain your trade to me. I'll simply trust that you know what you're doing with the situation. I was just simply
The
giving you an
infusion is
uninformed
starting.
opinion.
Does anyone else have any questions?
Suppose I'm curious as to what these added runes are actually doing.
How many runes
Supposed
get
to
properly
weaken it,
infused?
but.
That get properly infused.
It will
6.
physically weaken the material
Oh.
itself. In the same way that a
Oh.
Is that a good O?
Bad O?
something that is
That's
particularly cold.
So, I got the inverse, I got the strength, and then I got all 4 power runes. It took a whole 6.
Is that a good thing?
Well,
it
we
took it
didn't
as if it was
expect to
as
get
if it was
them.
yeah, as if it was a pure mithril. It took it. So there must be enough mithril in there for it just taken.
Sounds valuable.
Don't hit it against anything very hard yet.
Alright, I suppose.
The trouble is
It's not going to explode, right?
well,
There's the idea that all that strength
Is
gets
it going to explode?
switched
No.
around and
Probably
forced elsewhere suddenly.
Probably.
The trouble here is that
Worrying.
I would have calculated more if I thought they were all going to work. Does one of you want to try? Well, I say one of you. You perhaps would you? The spike. Perhaps that could be attempted to be worked off of the thing to evaluate the strength of the material. A
Should
little
I be
array
using
might not
magic
be in the
for this?
shatter
or-
range. Let's say no. I think no. Probably not yet.
What was the question?
We need a
Sorry.
comparative test. Should she use magic? And I think the answer is no.
No. Just get the baseline, see
Because
if
it should be
it's-
piggyback. So if we think that probably it's not. There are one of two possibilities. Either we are correct that the enchantment is always being powered by virtue of something about these that in their design causes that to be the case, which means you are always expending a trickle of energy to maintain their power. In that case, you'd actually want to focus more on the gauntlets themselves to channel through it, but I don't want to do that yet. I think, unless you think it's a...
Yes. We basically enchanting is more art than science, honestly, and well, we're pretty sure we piggybacked off of the
powers to
previous enchantment to be properly piggybacked off of. It might not. It might simply have been making it more and more brittle, because that is what was desired. But
so it's
well, no, we'll try.
Yeah. We need to know right now whether it's more akin to mithril or whether it's more brittle, and that's why the small piece being broken off is that way. If it does shatter, it doesn't become many pieces that will enter your arms.
Right.
I really didn't expect to get all 4.
I think I broke the tip off a long time ago, but I'll try to break the rest off.
The percentage
It's
of alloy was much smaller than expected.
Gonna try and pry it off.
That'd be the exact same as the first time you tried.
The first time I've ever heard in all my travels
It
where
seems
breaking the
just
tip
as
off is a
tough.
good
It doesn't seem
thing.
like it's changed at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
If then you attempt to channel mana into the gauntlets, like you would for a spell, or if you've ever used a focus like that, and then try. This might make it more brittle. Well, in theory, it should.
So
It's a
something
device now,
broke?
and it can be used
Really small piece of it.
previously.
Alright, try again.
I had to step away for a second, so I missed all the good stuff.
Go for it, I suppose.
Okay.
They're working their way up.
It's even harder to move this time.
Fuck. It's like it's more durable now.
Were there any other inverse runes on it?
Possible? Well, no, actually.
Yes, but on the other side of the connection.
Well, I would have asked if maybe that ghost guy that looked in the shackles missed one, but given that all of the enchantments worked, then clearly that's not possible, right? Unless, do you think, well, I don't know how alloys work, but could it be that it added to it instead of detracting? Because clearly it didn't detract from the mithril, right? So maybe he missed a rune and there's another rune in there, or maybe more?
Ooh, hidden runes.
I mean,
Do-
I suppose unless
What were the ones on the inside again?
I've never heard of, but
Well, I mean, mithril almost by its base nature is
Right,
effectively
but
impure. It's a magical.
as a shorthand,
Yeah.
Do we know?
How did it?
Do we know what the runes on the inside are?
3 of the 4.
What were they?
Self-intake, something we don't know, reverse. The current working theory is that it's something about the physical attributes.
Yeah,
Either weight or its ability to resist elements or something like that.
So possibly a damage reversal. If you hurt it, it gets stronger.
I think we've done this. I've recognized the reverse one.
Not
That
as
was
an
about
inverse.
it. I still don't recognize that other one.
You would just use power for that.
Could
which
it
is
be
what
the
we inverted
possibility
to get this.
that the one we don't know is preventing
Did channeling
any
mana through
sort
it do
of
anything
alternative magics?
Made it
Such
higher.
as other enchantments, other spells.
Does it not now?
Any magic.
It would need
Still
to
does.
be.
Okay, well that's...
It'd need to be longer, right? There'd be more there.
Yeah.
The other room?
Yeah. That's too complicated for a single
Well, that
room.
wouldn't make sense either, because it stops the whole inverse power, right? So it couldn't be weight, right? Weight wouldn't stop it from doing what
Why
you
wouldn't it
guys
work?
set out to do.
No, the
Well,
the
Why would it have the
power
opposite
is
effect?
strengthening the weakening.
It must not be weight.
Yeah.
But why
Yeah.
self-intake?
But why, when they put mana into it, would it become heavier?
Right, well, so... I mean, that's when she uses any mana, not just in the gauntlets. I think that that part of it is a property of the gauntlets and not a property of the rune making, would be my guess. Because that doesn't make any sense, because that's not really how enchanted devices tend to work. They're not implicit.
What if it's something else?
They
Law,
are,
did
they're
they do anything else to you? Well, they also put your shackles on.
Told
they
me to
gave
stick
you
my
like
hand in the
something
tube and that
else.
was it.
All right.
What if it's not weight, but density? If it becomes more dense, it'd still be harder to break.
But it doesn't... maybe? With mithril,
It could be an
mithril is not
alternative
a very
version.
dense material, and it's stronger than steel.
But if you make the mithril denser through the enchantment...
In density...
I'm throwing ideas at the wall at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Density could be directly related to either the strength rune, the weight rune, could be an alternative form of it, could be a new rune, that's why none of us recognize it.
Right,
be-
but it has to serve some purpose related to the thing that we're seeing and experiencing.
Correct, but
There's no way reverse on the initial slot is like doing a double negative with the second.
No, because it's
Reverse.
connected as a second
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Run should
The
completely
second phrase
separate
should be
the-
distinct.
Is? Unless it isn't. Hypothetically.
What do you mean?
Mithril can take many slots, and if the inverse is just sitting there alone, it could inverse the effects of every enchantment on there, theoretically, as part of an entire process. Perhaps they saw something like this coming. There's too many unknowns for me to give more of a concrete answer, but ideas at the wall, really.
Because even if it wasn't properly piggybacking on the mana intake, it should be making its baseline much, much more brittle, considering how many power we were able to stack on top of that. But it's not. Its baseline has not changed. And it's almost as if the inverse simply didn't take, but I felt it take. It used the mana.
Oh, sounds like things to write down.
Complicated.
And possibly talk more about when it's not so late. There's a time when everyone should be relaxing for a bit and regaining their bearings. And perhaps seeing a show. It might put your inspiration back up there.
You're just promoting it.
Oh, absolutely. It's my job. But that doesn't make it untrue.
It's still true. Let's not talk about law as if they are a magic experiment. Yeah.
We're talking about the manacles specifically, not law.
Yeah. But still.
Perhaps it just takes time. Who knows?
See, there we are.
Time will tell. We'll figure more out. We'll get around it.
Yeah, you're all very smart. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
You can always wait for another day.
If anything, while this presented more questions, at least you have something else to work on, right?
Oh,
Oh, there.
Maybe we'll visit wherever those manacles came from and find a pair not worn.
Usually sold. I suppose. So I would infer that's what she uses.
Well, they're going to be all droopy over there. Hopefully they'll take a show and bring out their inspiration later. Seems things didn't work.
You said you would put on a performance soon.
That's right. I'm gonna let people know. Unless you don't mind being my herald.
I certainly wouldn't mind. Please. I look forward to your performance.
Exciting.
Barnabas. You playing in the tavern? Or?
Yes, over at the end. It's the only place with a stage that I know of, unless there's another one people haven't told me about.
Do you have a time frame you intend to start soon? I can try to inform people of an oncoming show.
Let's see it.
I suppose I can give it 15 minutes or so and let people finish up. It gives me time to prepare.
Let's see the Iron Dragon.
Thank you.
Before we have to do sparring.
Yeah. I'll go and get it really quick.
Well, some of the mines here at least, I suppose, wouldn't mind that. Oh, it's so quiet. Don't worry, I'm going to be changing that soon. Hopefully a good crowd will be coming in fairly soon. I promised them a show.
I
At least a
would just
short one.
always like to, you know, open up a bit early. Can I get you anything?
Unless you have, well, monocrystals and things like that. Are you willing to give? I don't think anything like that will work on me. Where will it go? Again, where will it go?
Not even water?
I'd rather not get my dress wet.
Through your roots? Well, you got roots and stuff like. Isn't that how you water? Apologies if that was rude. I just realized.
It's fine. But no. Things just grow on mana. This is just how I am.
Oh, alright. No, I do not have manic crystals, unfortunately.
No worries there.
Or some.
I already let Mr. Secretary know. That's going to be part of my payment.
Oh, alright.
At least he seemed to agree to that. Something I can get in.
You need anything, you request it from him, and we'll get it here, and you can come ask for it.
Oh, I will have so many things to ask for, especially going forward with the stage. It's so dark. Needs some lanterns. It needs a proper background.
Yeah, I believe so.
Though if I can't make it entertaining on my own, I suppose the extras aren't going to help. They're supposed to not upstage me.
You might have to add some pizzazz and color into your performance, like Jasper does.
Don't worry, that I can do.
Alright, all you have to do is catch their eye somehow. They'll come flocking.
That's the hope. Ah, here they start. No, I haven't even seen Jasper today.
Evening, Johan. He's been a bit scarce.
Hmm.
Evening.
Don't suppose I could get
Can I
a
get you
drink.
anything? What specifically would you like?
Mead would be nice.
Honey mead coming right up. One honey mead.
Thank you kindly.
Enjoy. Thank you for your patronage.
Starting early, good. That very much helps.
Oh, you wouldn't believe some of the people who drink here.
I've heard some of the
They start
stories
to
at
drink
least.
very early.
That's good.
Most people have mead in the morning too.
Like we tend to say in Tortuga, the more people drink, the better we sound. I unfortunately can't say the more I drink, the better they all look, because I can't. It's unfortunate. It's usually a good line.
No. Oh, he spotted something. Better eye
The
than
bar
eye.
waits.
Appreciate
Give
it.
them about
If I
15
get you
minutes.
anything,
Gives
sir.
me some time.
A mug of rum.
A mug of rum. Alright, let me clean this up first. Why don't you have yourself a seat? Tight for you to stand on that bad leg.
Not bad, just numb.
Aye. Oh, that Zaku? Get to you in a second.
Oh no, that's a nice view.
Also very curious about this
This is getting better.
artifact.
Oh.
That supposedly helps produce the art.
Well.
Quick, grab it before she catches up.
Will you be starting soon?
A health potion.
Hey, it's
I
empty.
give it about 15 minutes from there, so
She made a shaker out of it.
Good.
another 10 or so.
I thought she took another one.
Understood. She's starting in 10.
Nah, she knows to stay out.
How are your supplies doing?
If there's any preparations you need help
Not
with,
bad.
please come to me. I'll be happy to assist.
I tend to use the potions as a last resort.
Unfortunately, I don't think anything this time. There isn't too much to do at the stage.
They're best used as a supplement anyway.
Unless there are any lanterns to put on.
Magic in a steady hand can use a lot, do a lot.
Well, there are some lanterns from the outside. Suppose taking one or two wouldn't hurt, if that's what you wish.
That would be helpful. It's nice when the audience can see the performer, after all.
Although our next stop might need
Important to have
looking
some
get
nice
some more
lighting for the
suture
performance.
thread.
Because the candles aren't even over the stage.
You know what the worst part is? Very important walkway. Right in the middle.
Very true. Who would even do that? I mean, it's nice, obviously, if you're coming down from upstairs and you get front row view, but there aren't even 8 tables in front.
The exit.
Yes.
Your standing room is basically...
When it starts, that's when you must.
No one gets a front row seat unless they sit down right here. That's a bit barbaric. True. Oh, who cares about that, though? The people can go around. However, it's a distraction that gets me.
Still, no, it's the inconvenience, right?
Exactly.
There's only the front row people, and you have people walking through.
It's more the distraction. I want all the eyes on me.
This is called a high five. You just kind of... Go on. No, my hand. My hand. You take your
That will
hand.
certainly be the next thing, Mr. Secretary. Better seating.
High five.
Oh, he's gone.
You can do it like this too. Ready? Yeah, so if you do this,
I expect him to be good with kids.
you could do that.
Yeah.
I had 3 lives.
How many did you bury yourself?
3.
Oh, please don't bring down the show already. I haven't even started. You're just giving me a handicap here. I suppose I can deal
There's
with
also
that.
this one, where you take your hand like this.
But gently.
Gently. like this.
No
You,
ow.
you want to try? No ow.
Hey, may I get you anything?
Hey, Dave, you got any of that fire whiskey?
That one's called a fist bump.
Surgical thread, you said.
Punch.
This one's nope, not punch.
Oh, there isn't even a
Surgical thread. You were looking for it next
special room. Just the kitchen. What are they doing here?
We met that merchant around in a while.
And fist bump.
No, I had asked him to look into it, but I haven't seen him since.
Normal whiskey doesn't burn your mouth off with fire whiskey.
Or he's just busy.
Oh no.
True.
Maybe if it's special flavor.
It's like spicy stuff, I guess.
I feel like some
Might have
sort
to
of
lower my standards.
ether strap just sort of completely fell apart somewhere. So I might have to step away for a second. I'll be back.
Oh no.
Can't say
What terrible timing.
No, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, I'm hurt.
Mhm.
No.
In the back room.
They're not here yet, but I would like another mug
That's so much
of
better.
fire whiskey to test somebody's metal.
Yeah, that's gone.
If you don't mind.
Oh, everything all right?
It's fine. It's just I feel like something that was sort of holding my vision up has disappeared, and I'm trying my best to stay.
Well, that's unfortunate. Always tends to be how it goes.
I will
A
admit
few more
I'm very
minutes.
invested in this show.
Appreciate it. I may be a little shorter than my usual, but then again, the crowd is also a bit shorter.
I missed the last bard. I'm not missing this one.
Fortunately, I have not seen Jasper around. I was hoping he'd introduce me. He's good at that. He could even open if he wanted to.
The bar's empty too. Damn.
Usually he's here this
Well,
time.
usually it's Maeve in the afternoon. Sometimes he's here.
Good to know. At least the wind is favorable in here for the most part.
I know one person was very eager on joining the show, or at least watching, so I'm going to look for them quick and get back.
It's fine. There's time. The answer to all this for all of you still here is to get more drinks. That helps immensely.
Oh, fire whiskey. Wait. You the
Famous
one
was a
buying
bartender who helped Kalypsia. Encourages more performances.
Exactly.
Well then he's got your mug for you already. Oh. He's right there. Go on, then. Mix this
They're still out there sparring. Understand their training, but
Fisticuffs.
How was the evening, lad?
Oh, fine, I suppose.
Fine.
Got quite a lot
You
of
finished your work today, didn't you?
Yeah. Some things didn't work out as planned, but I suppose most did, so yeah. Fuck, am I tired?
Heard about the cuffs thing, yes?
Unfortunate, but still time.
Oh.
I
guess
wasn't the
you're used to
primary
this
one
stuff
working on
now.
it, but I mean, I did grow up in Orzammar, so my first time.
Asleep.
Did hear of that. Still, didn't think I would see a
Did you have much
non-dwarf
experience with
person
Blackburn
chug
before
whiskey like that?
before a recent stop?
No, not something we see at sea very often.
I mean,
Most say it's
I think
just
of myself
burns
more
your
like a
taste
dwarf than a.
of.
Well,
Actually, that brings the question. It does mainly travel through red meat, so it's unlikely it's actually
Definitely
traveled
got the
through any
skill
fish,
of a
right?
dwarf. I'll tell that much.
That sounds likely.
Yeah, Gio was sitting there. I don't know
Is
if
that
you're
the
cool
only
with that.
reason?
So I mean,
Could potentially have some sort of
you could
adverse
pull a C-dub.
effect
I
against
don't need
salt
to pull one
or
up.
salt water.
You could okay.
That would prevent it from infecting
You don't get
freshwater
tired
fish.
doing that?
No, I didn't spend a lot of my mana today.
I mean,
Are
we
you
don't know
using
the
Pouring
context
takes
of it.
basically anything.
Low.
More
Yep.
so the
Yep.
idea, because salt has purifying.
At this point, I'm going to need you on stage going forward to get more light.
The whole medical perspective on that, but
If I need it later.
other perspectives.
You're not like scared you're gonna fall on your ass or anything.
Fish eat meat from a
If
tainted
I was
cow,
dangerously low on mana
and
and
something
using
else
more of
eats
my
the
magic
fish,
today, I would
we'll
be.
pass it on.
Potentially.
Luckily, the clinic's right there, so if I break something, right there.
I'll at least wait.
Practice, you know?
Wait about 10 minutes for that. Maybe a little less. I'll keep it short and sweet.
I did manage to find Jasper. He's all the way at the farm.
Next to
Right
a
next
bar.
to a bar.
Oh.
What's he doing down there?
And the brawl that breaks out, you suddenly
Talking
get
to the
five new
farmers.
clients.
Probably something about supply, yeah.
Likely.
That's not even Shaughnessy. Unfortunate.
I do hear someone. Oh,
Huh.
the little engineer is here.
I was
Oh.
told there was going to be onboard entertainment.
Yes. Hopefully plenty going forward. Hello there.
Okay, excellent.
Mhm.
I'm occupying this seat.
Right, and just so people know, if you need a refill, raise your hand. I'll come by and I'll give you a refill, just so we know.
Yes, make sure to get plenty of those.
Okay.
Make sure to drink water as well this
Don't
time.
have a cup, so.
Well, come on.
I'll bring you some.
Anybody
When you
wait.
need.
Again, remember, the more you drink, the better the performances sound.
Alcohol before.
That's just
A little
science.
different. I don't think I've ever treated alcohol
You sure are
poisoning as a
built.
rodent.
I can't
Okay,
argue with that. Yeah, you sure are
It's gotta
built.
be
You
non-existent.
sure are built.
It probably just goes straight through.
Okay, well, I still need that potion.
Thank you.
People haven't forgotten about
Hey,
that
no problem.
potion.
Enjoy.
Because I kind of need it.
That might be why he's always sipping from the health potion.
I
Huh?
don't know which potion you mean. But that would be a question for the people selling.
Evening. You haven't missed it yet, luckily.
I asked
Asato
with the
and-
potions,
yeah.
and they said that they don't have the potions.
Unfortunately, yes, the stage is not set up very well for audience to look.
Hopefully they'll learn how to make one in that case.
Suppose I have to turn this way.
Oh, yes,
I can do that.
Okay, look. It's... No one knows how to make a
I have to
potion
go.
of like extension or whatever.
Potentially.
Life extension, infinite youth,
Then?
something or whatever.
I unfortunately don't have the pleasure of being able to drink while doing this.
I don't need a lot. A small
Well,
one.
that's quite advanced.
Yes, I'm aware, which is why I'm paying
Well, I appreciate you all for being here.
as much as I possibly
Oh, the timing is unfortunate.
I saved up for this.
For those of you who don't know me, Magnolia the Magpie, New Ship's Entertainment. Given this cruise of ours, I hope to provide some amusement to you all, especially when you're being a little bit low in your inspiration. I wouldn't call myself a bard per se, but I have the heart of one, quite literally. Well, let's just get to it, shall we?
Ripped out the heart of someone and then just shoved it in there.
What are you?
Hmm.
Are you sure you
Since he had
want a drink?
The bard of a heart
Maybe
of a
it'd
bard.
be better if you had. Yeah.
Okay. I'll
It's
shut
not
up now.
literal.
I'll shut up.
I
I'll
don't
shut
think
up.
it's literal.
I'll shut up.
Yeah.
I'll shut up. I'll shut up.
Play do right.
Thinking of words.
You had money back in 2022. You let all the women make a fool of you. Why don't you do like some other men do? Get out of here. Get me some honor too. You're sitting there and wondering what it's all about. You ain't got no silver, they will put you out. Why don't you do right like some other man do? Get out of here and get me some honor too. Get out of here and get me some honor too. Why don't you do right like some other men do?
That's a
Thank you all so much.
Something.
We'll keep it easy for tonight, shall we?
bird.
Oh, you're just gonna be like that, I see. Come back here.
Ah, okay, when I get.
Yeah, you should probably give it the rest here.
Yeah, here you go. Right. Here you go.
Make sure to drink quite a bit.
Hello there.
Going to see anything from you, Jasper?
Oh.
Mr.
I used to believe it's your
Washing.
turn to put on the show.
I just got you, please.
And so did
Someone would do
quite a few.
What have I
Bard can perform on the fly, surprising.
Come on. I know you got something in you.
take tips.
Yes, I
I am also a bit ill prepared in some regards. Do give me a second if I'm being upstaged.
Well,
Well, that was the point, but to be fair.
I'm familiar with.
I forgot my.
Actually, is what is a certain one called
Anyone
Gilmore.
require a refill after
Hmm.
that?
amazing performance.
I'll be back in a moment.
I was. If I am to perform, I do wish for him to be in the audience. I promised him the next time I would perform that he would. I would ensure that he was at least in the audience.
Hmm. Oh, you mean Mr. Secretary?
What a good idea. For during shows, We tell people to raise their hand when they need a refill, so they don't have to leave their seat. They can keep watching the show, and we'll come by and refill.
Does the local
bar
take
Technically, yes, though I have a specific kind of tip that I like. But most people generally like to be a bit more drunk before they consider the idea.
Oh.
I don't exactly drink myself. I don't have anywhere to go, but I do enjoy a bit of mana every now and then. Some of it can be quite intoxicating in a similar way.
Fuck. We're offering coin, but fuck it, whatever. Sure. You do. How do you do?
No problem.
I guess the question is, what type do you have?
I use Tempest Magic.
Oh, my favorite. That's the most intoxicating.
I got her from here. If you need to go do
Well,
this.
if I can help you get drunk, then I suppose that's worth the need it anyways. That's what they're usually for, right?
Of course.
Exciting. Well,
Give you a clean one.
I should probably be sitting down. It'll probably up the amount of intoxication you have.
Oh, dear God. Okay, what did I get into? Where's my chair?
Feel free to hold on to 5 liters of water.
I'm going to steal this.
A lot.
It doesn't quite work for me.
It's all going to help whoever can make me that potion.
Okay.
Honest, it's been a while. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Would imagine if Gideon was also
It's fine, Daku.
Daku. I appreciate it.
They could produce some of their
You're him.
potions, maybe.
You
Get somebody to work on that as well.
Okay. Yeah, okay, well, see, but
good show.
I am...
Start to feel a draw. It goes up her arm towards the gem between them.
But I think I'm running out of time.
Oh, this is a new one.
That's good.
No. No, you look fine.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's kind of that whole...
Oh, it's been too long.
Look, there is a reason...
Luckily for you, I'm told it enhances the experience of everything. I don't know if it's different for everyone, but it tends to be.
And that's
quite something.
I've been told is going to last me, what, 50 years?
Ah, good idea to sit down.
Right.
And, well, it's been, I think it's been about...
I guess the limit also keeps her from chugging it.
That was a good show.
Oh,
A bit short for me, but then again, still new
I'm
places.
57.
Ratkin live.
That's fair.
And Ratkin live.
Have to work my way up, right?
Years.
Keep people wanting more.
I live 7.
That's fair. That's what Jasper has been doing. If only managed to catch one of his.
Well,
I'm told there's only been one of his. At least nobody's told me otherwise.
Not too many.
Then I've caught all of them, I suppose.
Usually industrial accidents.
Walking is going to be interesting.
Oh, there it is.
Maybe you're just gonna live.
Tempest magic is the best.
Tell me, can you tell the difference between what someone has or not?
Oh, they all have different flavors.
Okay.
At least the closest thing I could call it is a flavor. Flavor and elemental magics don't really have this kind of effect. At least not as much as Tempest.
Your family's children.
Maybe it's because I'm a near mage.
Die, have more children die, more children die, etc., etc.
Out of character note, if you can tell affinity with that, necromancy.
You got lots of bandits now.
So yeah, that's kind of why I
Interesting.
can't really stand being back home.
Yes, well,
Not happened.
you aren't supposed to see your own children die from old.
Not something I come across very often.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have children.
No, Tempest mages are quite rare.
No, well,
At least,
Okay.
as far as mages go, I suppose.
Oh, yes, but your type in particular. I haven't caught too many.
Or staff. Which
Kind
one's
of a
the
bit
leaving us?
No?
Deal
Hmm.
is that
I think so.
main one
I won't be
Hope you-
spent.
live way longer,
Hmm.
but
Oh.
at the cost.
Other people went through it as well.
Whatever.
Give life yourself.
Not that big of a deal.
Speak.
Oh, are you hiding it?
Turning in.
A little.
Turning in.
Hmm?
Alright, thank you for your patronage. Have a great rest of your
Not an
day.
incredible secret.
I suppose I could see why, but I didn't expect it to be different here.
She's pretty good with names. Takes her a couple times and then she gets it.
Or at least I expected it to be different here.
My lord.
Well, yes.
I don't think they're seeing me raise that thing. Whatever, it's fine.
Yes, you have to do it a little bit higher. You want me to help you?
I can't go any higher. I'm going to be honest. My spine is any longer.
It's okay, I can be high enough for the both of us. Quite
I'm
literally.
pretty high as is.
That's not should be happening.
Yes, please. Thank you.
I needed order first.
No, I understand. Literally.
Sometimes the affinity with my staff gets a little bit strange. I'm not quite myself.
Thank you, thank you.
Fresh refill.
Must ask, because I am a professional.
Hmm.
How long does these last?
Uh,
Until I get the mana back?
Basically, yeah. I don't think it took that much. Half an hour or so. Try not to go too long.
Did you eat the mana?
Well, that's the only thing I can. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, you want it back? I'm hurt.
Not particularly. I think I've been these outcomes. But curious.
It's been a long time. There are so many backwater places on the way to... What even was that town's name? Ramona, that's it. It was boring.
That's when you made
Not at all.
this. When you eat non-mages. That sounds wrong. That's not what I meant.
No, I'm curious what you meant.
Can you consume mana from non-mages?
Yes. It's not as refined. It's like...
So just imagine that.
I'm told, considering I haven't been able to drink it, that it's like a wine that hasn't been able to age right.
That's an adult one.
I think I get what you're saying.
They're so big.
It doesn't
So it's
have the
kind of
right.
shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take what I can get sometimes in a pinch, but...
Also, I don't know, maybe white or
Fair
brown or
enough.
black.
What often do you have to eat?
Species of chickogriff.
Or you just, I guess, what have you been eating aboard?
They turn color from.
Not really
It's weird
anything.
that I say eating. Is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
It won't go anywhere.
I must be hungry.
They can get quite
Right.
scary.
Do they not have food
What's the
here?
absorb?
They are cute right now.
Absorb, yeah. I guess you could call it that.
That would change as they age. An elder chickogriff would most likely be.
Everyone's always so obsessed with this eating.
It's sorry. It's,
Hmm.
you know, I was with a spirit, but still always. You didn't really answer many questions, like ever.
Uh-huh.
To be honest, like
Really?
she never even once said she was one. But
It's because we don't call ourselves one. Why would we do that? We're just us.
I suppose that makes sense.
The
I don't know,
idea,
people,
that word
people
spirit is the word that you, others, decided to lump us all together as. Just because we all come from the great tree doesn't mean that we're all the same. We're way more different than you all are to each other.
That's fair. No, that's honestly incredibly fair.
I've had to say it before, but to be fair, most of you all look very much alike to me. It's hard to tell you apart.
I could see that to a certain extent. I think I look different enough from like Akame over there.
Then I would it would
Mm.
be like
Hello,
typical
Akame.
breathing fire on
Good
their
evening.
foes.
Mm. But you're about as different between them two than we are to each other.
That's
Even
right
more
on.
so.
She's very different. Actually, she'd better even stayed in the same shape, anyways.
Hmm.
I swear, it's like every fucking day she was like a different woman.
Trying to explain that spirits are a different sort, and the idea, the concept of spirits is something you all made up for us.
Maybe.
I will.
No, it's just interesting as well. Again, she like again old woman one day, and then the next day she'd be like 20.
That sounds like
The
fun.
only thing that stayed the same was her hair.
Hmm.
Missed the color.
Difficult to keep track of. Also, I just wish to say, it is a pleasure to hear your enchanting voice once again.
Oh, aren't you a charmer? I appreciate it. There'll be plenty more where that came from.
I hope so.
We have to start off slow and keep people waiting for it, yeah?
Of course. I look forward to your performances.
Appreciate it.
I mean, I've been talking about it, but like that sounds kind of awesome.
But I'm glad that I didn't run into this spirit of yours. I probably would have tried to eat her. And her me, most probably, but I would have won.
Find out how much she's worth.
Oh, that's.
I just
It's a bold claim.
Mm.
Because he's very old.
I'm a
But
bold
I'm not going to play
person.
these
I'm not
games.
going to tell anyone how old I am. That's. I'm told that's rude.
About flying phrases as if you weren't one.
Fair enough, I
I
suppose.
know what you mean by that. I swear, for like a good few minutes, I thought of you as a
But
dwarf.
no.
I didn't even think you were.
I'm not the
would be
to
able to
compare.
fly.
dwarf than a celestial.
Good, you shouldn't.
I don't fly. These
can
wings
see
are
that
used
now.
for
Yeah.
It's a
nothing.
terrible thing, comparing people.
And I guess we'll have found.
Surely we can use it as like something.
So outside of the
What?
what was I saying?
Maybe we can, you know.
How have you been enjoying the
can we use
Kalypsia?
them at all?
It's very interesting. I'm still getting used to everything. I
um,
just got my papers signed, so
Do you think
just a matter of getting used to things.
we can
Though, the people are very diverse. Though I expected that when I saw on Ramona.
That's a
Oh,
good one.
yes, that's a polite term.
At the same time,
I've seen 3 or 4 shades.
That also surprises me. I haven't seen any of them yet, but I'm told there are few. How rare.
If you've seen, no, I suppose not many of them have come out recently.
Just have like a piece of
I guess
string.
maybe
That's a
I could,
shame.
like,
I've seen
shrink
one
on
shade
my
before coming
fingers
here.
Yeah,
And now,
see, there you
I
go.
mean, I guess it
See,
makes sense
we're
because it's such a
already
weird
doing it.
thing going
We're
on,
going
and
to make you
everyone is
quad
like
wielding guns.
wants to see what's happening or whatnot. But
You will
that'd be
be
really. I
really
feel like that'd be really.
Everyone just gathers in one spot and gawks at something going on. Are people that bored? I guess I came at a good time.
It's like okay.
the fucking forge, is that what you're talking about there?
That's one of them, yeah. And everyone was around the chick grifts earlier, because I'm told that they started running around and hiding.
have to be made.
Yeah, they literally, they got out. They were running around all morning. One of them got in the garden.
Oh, you have a garden?
Even if you
Yes, they have a little garden behind my house.
it would free up your
Hmm.
hands.
Not
You could
much, but they
use
got a
your
few
wings
things
for,
going up there.
shooting
Mostly
and your
flowers.
hands for
One or
holding
2
a
heads.
shield or
Hopefully you'll show me sometime. I like flowers, though I'm a little biased.
Of course. No, of course not. Never. I would never accuse you of that either.
Possibility worth exploring.
Do I really have to worry about the little one trying to eat them? That would be.
Could.
Did she try?
Sounds like something very
And she
viable
seemed to
that
want
nobody has
to.
tried for no
I told her
reason.
not to.
Let it be
Luckily, she
tried.
listened.
Anything extra I don't need for myself.
Okay, well, that's good then.
Mm.
I was going to try and make a bet with someone on it, but I didn't find someone to do that with in time.
I mean, what kind of bet?
Well, she's trying to eat a bunch of flowers often. So when I saw her looking at you, I was like,
She's accumulated a feather from Alden.
this might be a way to make a quick coin. I was wrong.
Good.
So I guess good I didn't, I suppose.
I would have had taken way more mana for that. You'd owe me at that point.
I wouldn't be telling you if I won the bet, to be fair.
I'd find out anyway. I'm good at that.
Fair enough, I suppose. Fair enough.
You don't even need to
Besides, when people get drunk enough, they tell me anything.
general direction
It's fun.
and hope for the best.
I'm very tight-lipped.
That's a challenge.
If you can't fly,
I don't think it is. I think I'd spill everything.
I guess we'll see later, right?
I love brainstorming ideas like that.
Oh yeah, so, so what, are we going,
What I stepped in on
are
the
we
other
going
day.
to be turning him into the next metal warrior, or
You could tell. The secretary was brighter than a tomato.
Not as loud, but felt like Tortuga for a second.
I don't know, but
What was that?
for sure, turning him into
It's not as
a
loud as Tortuga,
there
but
would
for
be something to see.
a moment it kind of feels like it.
Alright, I forgot
The
you from
wings
Tortuga.
and arms,
Yes, that.
you know.
Not from
Yeah,
it.
heard Gideon
Just
explain. Well,
it's
not-
a good place to perform.
Mount.
I've heard that from Gideon that you'd be lucky to find a tavern
Even
that's
a
not
single-shot weapon
well,
on
smothered
top
in
of the armor would be
grime.
nice addition. Something
Oh,
interesting.
that's not wrong. It isn't wrong. I tend to have to blow away the smell.
Bad with that. This is probably the nicest tavern I've been in, to be fair, so I can't say much.
see how things work?
Oh, that's just because it isn't as full yet.
Your bones aren't creaking, are they?
Probably true, but also I'm from a bit of a
You're not an
shithole
old
myself,
man
so.
yet.
But the shitholes tend to have the better stories. Like Tortuga.
Oh, sure, plenty of stories.
Yes.
You don't know.
Although most of them don't end well
Maybe
for
a
whoever
little
was on the other
bit
side of
of
them. Not in my case, of course. I'm a gentleman and upstanding.
Not a gentleman and a scholar. Oh, this is a great night.
Amazing.
Heading off for the night.
It's been a while.
You drink?
In a sense, just not that. Where do you think it'll go?
Well, I didn't really think that one through.
You don't
To be
normally.
fair, I offered to. I did the same.
Enjoy the night. That's all. I'll be retiring now.
Uh-huh.
Alright,
Good night, Barnabas.
take care.
Good night, Barnabas.
See you tomorrow.
Hmm.
Thanks for the show.
Thanks for coming.
The sword is out.
Never
mind, the sword is away.
Oh, I thought there was going to be another
It was a
show.
great,
Thank you.
it was a great fucking show.
I'm glad. I was worried people would think it was too short, but you have to keep them waiting. Hoping for more, right?
I did miss the first little bit of it, which was unfortunate, to be fair. But
Oh, there'll be plenty
I'll
more.
get to the next one.
And hopefully the stage will be a bit brighter.
Some, I don't know, torches or torch sconce or something set up. I don't know. Look that lantern up about. I don't fucking know. I'm not a bard.
No,
There's a
what?
bard runner, and then bard, and then I got stuck between the two. That's why
Alcohol.
See, this is the best part of the night
Yeah,
when
no,
everyone
that
is
fucking
drunk.
hits hard. That fucking hits hard. That's way stronger than whatever this.
You're welcome.
What hits hard?
Let's just say the way I drink is better for both parties.
Chew and bite, but not like
Hmm.
You have to put your lips up against it.
So if you have Tempest mana, let's drink sometime.
Care for all. Spare her people.
Yeah, let's drink sometime. I mean, I'm completely out of mana now. But
Oh well.
I got her.
What happened to all your mana?
Enchanting. Enchanting happened. Barnabas's Iron Drake. I finished it today, and enchanting it took all my mana.
That's unfortunate.
Speaking of enchanting, how did our prisoner friend Tola get off?
It didn't work.
Very much understand.
Well,
Actually, the runes they put on didn't make it any more brittle for some reason. It almost like when they put mana into it, it became more durable. So we don't know.
Yeah, they were all getting frustrated over it and going back and forth and then in circles and circles. It's too late for that. That's what some relaxation and a good show is for. And then you have the inspiration to get back to it in the morning. Once your head stops
I
hurting.
get that, I suppose.
When you see someone.
I fucking hate that thing anyways. I had a look at it. I'm a kind of a locksmith. And I had to look at it and fuck that thing. Don't know what the hell
It's
is
not
going
It does
on.
look
designed to come
uncomfortable.
off.
No, I
think
know.
so.
It's fucking through her hands.
What I want to know is who in their right mind makes something out of that much mithril just to waste it on some shackles.
Wait. That's fucking made of mithril.
It's mithril and steel. It's an alloy.
Noted.
It's ridiculous.
It's from my testing. It's both.
I don't know what
know
she did, but I
percentages,
want to hear
but
that
it's both.
story sometime.
Apparently, she's a time mage, according to the people who arrested her.
What?
A what mage?
A time mage.
Time.
Oh.
Oh. I know they got arrested for having some kind of magic or whatever, but it seems like they just have illusion magic, which maybe it worked. They used the illusion magic and they fell for it, and then they thought she was a time mage.
It's the drawback from
She
being
was
too good at your
arrested with a bunch
job.
of people at a bar or something. I don't know. She claimed wrong place, wrong time. The Kalypsia don't care, so I suppose I don't either.
The problem is that, at least from what I've seen, the Kalypsia cares too much.
Yeah, he jumped off.
Oh.
Well, considering the
I
group
mean,
around
yeah.
that.
I mean, like, the staff of Kalypsia, I don't know.
What staff? The only one I've met is Mr. Secretary.
They
Who's
were
the
lit on they
Sentinels
for
as
free.
well?
They didn't need to buy a ticket, so clearly they're. I don't know.
Were they let on for free?
Yeah, I think the first day they were here, they said they didn't have to pay for their ticket.
Oh.
But I'm pretty sure they also said they didn't have the dream, so I don't know.
They told me that as well. In fact, they didn't believe me when I said I had one, and they did not believe me when I told them I had a second one.
Pop right back up.
So I don't fucking know.
Hmm.
Like, how do you not know about the dream at this point? It's like, everyone in the fucking world knows.
Yes, everyone was being, some people were being just so secretive about it. I don't get it.
To be fair,
The dwarves spent an entire time creating this huge city, like nobody would recognize and notice why. People talk all the time, it's the best part.
I was secretive a little at first, to be fair, but that was mostly because I was wondering if, like, they were going to kill me when I boarded, if I was known. But as soon as, like, I had my ticket and room paid for, at that point I was like, fuck it, like, there's no point in hiding it.
At that point, you just have to be careful of other people who didn't taking your name and getting the free stuff.
Well, I no longer have a free room at the tavern anymore, so.
It might be time for us to turn in.
But I still have my tickets on. I don't think they charged us when we got back on the Kalypsia. When we were in the city either.
No.
All this free stuff, and here I have to perform to get a room and board. Oh,
You
it's such a
literally
sad...
didn't accept my money.
That's true. I got something better though. If I didn't get something better, I would have accepted the money.
Fair enough.
I have to get mana crystals eventually, though. Mr. Secretary said he could get me some.
Really?
I have to get it
Oh,
somehow
mana
if people aren't
crystals?
going
I mean,
to.
I know. Alpha sells mana crystals.
Oh, good. That will make it easier. You can just go over there.
Do with mana crystals?
The same thing I do? Though, I mean...
Sorry, what do people normally do with them?
Oh.
Like, is that like rituals?
I use them to make enchanter's ink. Mix them with ink and you need it for enchantments. Otherwise, it can be used as like a power source for an enchanted item if you don't have mana of your own. I don't know what other people use them for.
Good night. See you
Oh,
tomorrow.
there's Andy still.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, So outside of the mana cruise letter, what have you been up to all day?
Well, I finished the Iron Drake for Barnabas. I think I finished the gun Cheaty wanted.
Oh, GT wanted a gun, did she?
Yeah, just a basic one.
Fuck, fair enough, I suppose.
No enchantment on it. I finished some work for the engineering down below. They needed
She's
stuff
not a
made.
fan of magic.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of magic either, but the only reason I decided to have an enchanted gun rather than a one with black powder is because, well, it's less expensive to use my own mana as a resource than having to buy black powder.
That's fair enough, I suppose.
Well, he still makes them in the
And I don't use
enchanted
my mana
things.
for really anything else, so...
Oh, we can
Yeah,
fix
well, being a
that. Then you
gunsmith,
don't
a
have
lot
to
of
worry about
people want-
enchantments.
Yeah, maybe another time when I have mana.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So you can't shoot your gun at all without mana then?
Nope. You need to put mana into it to shoot it.
Interesting.
Hopefully,
That's how the
hopefully you
runes
don't
work, they
say
take mana
that just out and open when you don't have mana. That's not a normal thing for you, right? We go down to the next stop. Gotta be careful about
Doesn't
that.
usually happen, I swear.
I'm usually full on mana. Just enchanting is takes a lot, especially today because I was working on a rune I've never done before, so it took a lot.
That's fair.
So many projects.
Fair enough. How many times did you shoot that thing, do you think?
I have no idea. I know with one charge, because I have the storage rune on it, it can store 6 shots, so you put mana in and it has 6 shots, then 6 shots are out, you have to put more mana in. I don't know, I haven't shot it much. I don't,
Does it still have the
need
6
to.
shots in like you stored this morning then? Or do you have to store it and then it only lasts a little bit of time, or how does that work?
I mean, once I fill with mana, it typically stays in there. I've never really tested to see if it dissipates or not.
What if you went and shut it now?
What do you mean?
Is it
I haven't
still
filled it
charged
with
from-
mana yet today.
Oh, and this, you use them last or whenever you last fill, I see. Well, shit.
Yeah, I've not used my gun today at all.
I hope not.
You say that, but this place is kind of fucked. The Jasper got fucking stabbed with
I
a
heard
halberd
about
by
that. I
something.
actually heard about that. Not
It
too
wasn't
much.
like, and also, the people say he got stabbed, right? Like it's like a normal stabbing. It wasn't a normal stabbing. He used a fucking halberd, like a polearm to stab him. Like that was like, that's not a mere stab. Like let's be clear. It was like, it was bad.
Hmm.
He was under commission for like a week.
Wondered about that. He did not get into details about what stabbed him, but I guess I can understand that.
Why does Sentinel stab him?
I don't know. I don't know if the information has been shared or not yet.
I hope
It
so.
was
I
a
wonder-
sentinel called Eins, but is no sentinels anymore. He is currently being held in the cell.
Any word on his punishment yet?
He had a meeting with Jasper, and now the higher up will decide.
I heard the rumor that he's now working for Jasper. Which is only a recipe for disaster if that's true.
That is a recipe for
but it will
interesting,
be the
interesting
decision
time.
of my higher ups.
I see. Okay, so it's not Jasper. I think might think it's confirmed, because he, like when I was talking to him, he just straight up fucking said that he'll like protect him. And again, this is the guy who fucking stabbed him in an alleyway with a polearm. Like, there's no fucking way in any world, right, where he doesn't like take him off the ship and then beat his ass and leave him for dead. Like, let's be clear on that. We're all clear on that one.
That sounds about right.
But yes,
And to be fair,
basically
bards
just
can think
go
of better
with,
things to do.
for his opinion on what punishment should be, but ultimately it will be my higher ups that decide.
Fair enough, fair enough. You got the promotion recently, I heard, as well, right?
I am second in command now.
Congratulations.
Quite the high up, quite the high up. Well, Mr. Second in Command, if you do figure out what the actual punishment is, please let me know.
I assume there will be a public announcement about it, so...
Perfect. That's what I like to hear.
Right up on the board, like everything else. That or maybe they'll get more use out of the stage.
Put them on that tavern poster too, actually, while you're at it. You know, really.
Ah, there we go.
Alden's lonely up there.
It's a
I don't
really
think I've
big
met
piece
them.
of paper for how small they put his name on. Like, they're
For
expecting a
his
lot
name.
of people to go on that list.
To be fair, how long has it been since between that and this other person?
Tavern. Oh, that's been like 2 weeks almost.
Oh, 2 weeks. They're going to fill that. They're going to fill it. That's just 2 weeks.
If all of us end up on that, if we can go to the other tavern no one owns or goes to. Like, we can.
Wait, what?
We have
There's
one more try
another
at
one.
this. There's another. I don't think it's open, to be fair. It might even be repurposed by now, but there is another tavern.
Do they have a
There
stage?
is this place one of a tavern.
I don't know. I've never actually went in.
I don't
think it
think
might
they
be
have a
like
stage.
relatively
It's an
empty.
interior.
Oh, and I don't care about it.
I think
It
it's
doesn't have a
pretty
stage.
narrow inside. I don't think it has the room.
That would be an intimate show. Done those, but prefer not.
You seemed quite intimate with Zed when you got off the stage.
Not speaking of getting off the stage, I should go rest.
That's fair. I was thinking the same thing half soon, but
Good drinking, though. We should do it again.
of course. You know what? Honestly, as long as I wake up not like poisoned or something, absolutely.
Oh, that would be a sad trail if all I left were bodies of poisoned people. I didn't add anything to your mana, if that's what you're worried about.
I'm not fucking no. You're right.
Well, now you
You're right,
know.
but also.
Yeah, you have little faith.
I'm gonna take a walk. I will see you another night when I'm not exhausted.
I'm holding you to that.
Oh my.
Have a good night.
I don't know if that's the way he meant to say it, but either way.
Either way, the answer is still the same. Have a good night.
All right, have a good night. Of course.
Good night.
Someone else's name needs to be added to that said. And you have the authority and power to do it.
You'll have a good night. Hopefully next time I get to hear you, Jasper.
Hopefully, the one I promised to be in the crowd is actually in the crowd then.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah, for me. That's so fucking funny. Holy shit, I didn't realize he was like that. Oh my god. I don't know what. He's going to get himself back.
That seems like a good one. I'm just gonna take this if nobody's got it. Take a picture of it so I recognize it.
Like he's going to get fucking stabbed. Like he's not leaving. Like he'll leave the air.
Whee. Oh, it's bright here. Why is it so bright here? Oh, because we're on the other side.
Dude, that's literally what they are.
Is it bright here because we're on the other side?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I'm sorry I didn't get to see your show right before.
It's okay. Yeah, I figured. It's fine.
The strap on my headset, it's fully gone.
Oh,
I
no.
came out to try and fix it. It's done.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh no, oh no. Oh.
Yeah, I heard you were talking about like, oh, the thing to keep my vision going is like.
Yeah, I was like,
I
shit.
was sitting there like, I really want to see this. I really want to see the show. Titan.
Yeah, no. Been there. There'll be more.
For 10 minutes, and I'm like, nope.
It's okay, I got some scuff anyway.
already
Tried to
hurting
fix
my
the
head.
scuff and I still got scuff. It's how it goes.
It happens, you know.
Still pretty good though.
I'm glad. That's good. I'm just gonna get my fucking thing working.
Curse Otar and his natural charisma.
Why are you even? Why? Give me. Why are you stuck? Weird. Oh.
Oh, where did he go? He disappeared. Nope, you're here.
I'm sorry.
Hello.
I looked over and you were gone.
Nerd.
Nerd.
I might actually have a letter for Lord Faven.
I'm getting out of VR now, though. My
Be
face
free.
hurts.
Be free. Yeah, I need to get
Be
out soon.
free.
It's been
Be
hot.
free.
I don't know why it's so hot. Oh, it's getting a little bit better, but.
Is that a symbol that like I would recognize from anything like elven related?
I don't think it's specifically elven, but
I can't even
Don't
Hawkeye.
worry, I think I'm close on it. I started picking up clues this session.
it's I think if people are gonna actively look into it, then I can probably give some stuff out. Like it's probably not hard to find, but it's probably not obvious to people who are not like specifically looking for something like this. It's like if you know it exists, then you'll probably find something, but if you're not looking, you'll never know.
That's fair. So I'm so sad I didn't get to like talk to you ahead of time. I made it so like that one and that one. If you put your head near it, it'll disappear. Like you bit it off.
Oh my god! She's still probably gonna try, but she's gonna have to do it when she's not in front of Maeve.
That's fair. But yeah, like I don't know if it works. I think it works, but I don't know for sure. But like if you like tried to bite that, it should go away. Oh, why are you not? What the fuck? Does the other one work? It's that lower one on that side.
This one?
Yeah. Why the hell are you not working? What the heck? Ooh. Well, I'm glad to know that it just doesn't work yet, because that would have been awkward.
Now we know.
Knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
She will still try, I promise.
So now you officially know.
What the heck, Reed?
Pat. Good job, Wilkie.
Oh, what happened?
He's officially found out.
The contact on this one isn't attached. I can see a contact.
Oh, is it still like, oh, do I have to like be standing up or something? Is it? Huh.
This one looks like it should have worked though, because this one looks
Yeah.
in place. Like you can turn the contact overlay on and you can like see them in person.
Yeah. It's one thing I didn't get a chance to look at. I thought I saw it disappear at one point. I thought I just like went through somebody's face during the performance. Like shit.
Oh no! Someone.
I didn't have a way to turn it back on because I didn't make those toggles.
It's funny.
Yeah, well.
Don't you hate it when you walk too close to someone, one of your flowers just jumps into their mouth?
Oh, I wish that would happen. I wish I could do that, but I need somebody with their sender on their send. Oh.
Everything about this model, she just wants to. I mean this in the most wholesome way possible. She just wants to stick it in her mouth.
Yeah, that's about right. It's fine.
She.
Hmm.
Boy.
Hmm.
Yeah, she loved this too. This was awesome. I told you before, maybe I was too shy, but hearing you perform in an RP was on my like role player bucket list. The fact that I've now gotten to listen to you twice, so I'm like, holy shit.
I need an outlet again. I haven't had one for a bit, but also my setup has been broken for some months, so I finally kind of got it set up. It's not perfect, but it's the best I can do. I'm working on it.
Well, it looked great. Yeah, it sounded awesome.
I'm glad people could hear it, because I was worried about that, because I have had to jury rig the hell out of my audio. It's the worst thing ever. It's like a Rube Goldberg machine of dealing with how to make it so people can hear me and also I can hear me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Steam VR just broke the way it interacted with my mixer. So now I have to make it so that my voice attack, like my voice command for starting it, both activates voice attack for playing it into my ear, but it also plays it through the voice mod soundboard to play it through my microphone for everybody else. So I had to time that to where it would do it at the exact same time so I wouldn't be off. So I'm probably a little bit off, but not enough to not be scuff.
It's certainly not noticeable.
I'm glad. I'm glad that worked out. Oh, it took months to figure out how the heck to, like, oh no, this is the worst thing ever, having to play multiple things at a time and hope it doesn't crash me. Fix it. I need more stuff in my repertoire. I've been trying to figure out what would fit with her because I tried to do different songs. She has a different vibe from a lot of my other characters.
I thought it was great.
I'm glad. My stream. Thank you all for being here. I'm just gonna head off. Thank you. Go find your favorite streamer. I'll be back on tomorrow, really, for shit. I'm on an ad break. Fuck. Shit. I'm gonna wait for the ad break. But so how that? I don't know why it disturbed. I thought I didn't have anything on here that.
I will see you guys.
Yeah.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Wilkie, you smell.
Oh.
He's so negative all the time.
CQ's just like that.
I know.
Hi, Tay. It was fun interacting with Sprout.
I'm gonna bite you.
If you do,
I'm glad Sprout never tried to bite me.
I know.
I was so
It's in her
expecting
character,
Sprout.
so I have to.
I know. No, it's absolutely fine.
Aw.
Out
I'm
of
glad.
character. I'm
I'm
fine
glad
with it. I
Sprout
found it
liked the.
hilarious that Sprout fucking headbutted Eolite today, and he's just like, no, bad.
You see
I didn't
that
get to see you
child?
perform, I'm so sad.
I gave Sprout a bone.
Sure did. I got a tooth in my
You
bone.
did it. Good job. I'm gonna light you on
They're
fire.
not a dog.
How fucking dare you?
I gave Sprout a tooth. It's a hollow tooth.
Whose tooth is it?
Whose tooth
Whose
is
fucking
it?
tooth is
it?
You know, some orcs.
Oh, cool. I got an orc tooth.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
it's
was- I
hollowed
usually
out
like
to
a
make
human
like
tooth.
it makes like a rattle noise, so that when you shake it, it go rattle rattle.
Did you give him a fucking tooth, Maraca?
No,
Sorry, a
I
what?
gave them- So if you guys have ever heard of like Aztec death whistles.
Oh, vaguely.
Are we gonna have?
Yeah, thanks for being here, Chaos. Yeah, now that people are back, yeah, I'm gonna just head off. Find a favorite streamer, send some love for me. I'll be back tomorrow for some Curiosum Academia. So until then, you all stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Good night.
If you don't know what I'm talking about.
Asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud